Hey y'all, what's going on? The Coastal Critiques panel is back. Season 4, episode 17, which just so happens to be the reunion part 1. Let's get into it.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, beautiful. How are you today?
I am okay. I'm doing just fine on this lovely Saturday. Y'all are not used to seeing us on Saturday. It's pigs are not flying. We're here in the flesh. But I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm with you. I'm doing all right. I'm here. I'm alive. So that's always a blessing. And people don't realize, the blessing in disguise in that. But yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I could be better, but we're gonna make it on through. We're gonna make it on through.
We're making it in these times, these 2024 times out here.
Different 2024. I feel like 2023 is bleeding over to 2024. So whatever that shift is that we haven't got over to our new beginnings of new things, I feel like that ain't started yet. At least not on my side of town.
No, it started mentally for me, but we're still trying to really see what 2024 is giving. But it's been an interesting what is it? It's today 13th. It's been an interesting to say the least.
Absolutely. I agree with that so much.
We're back, y'all. Make sure when you guys enter, you hit that like button. Let's talk in the chat. Make sure you come say hey, even if you're in the bushes. Hey to y'all too.
The bushes.
You subscribe to both of our channels because we are streaming from both channels right now.
Yes.
Check the description boxes. Turn on your post notifications. Shout outs to the replay gang. Let's keep the conversation going. We want to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And yeah, this will be our take for reunion part 1. Overall, or how do you feel? Like, were you satisfied with what they gave us in part 1?
So here's the thing. Remember, we had said, Barb.
We did.
If it wasn't going to be good or they don't give us anything, that we would probably do, we'll put them together.
Yeah.
1 and 2. Part 1 and part 2, right? That's what we had agreed on.
Yes.
And so the night that it came on, you went to go see The Wiz.
I did.
I got to find out how that was. We'll discuss in a little bit.
Yeah.
But you had left to go see that. And I was like, oh, it came on early for me. I don't know why. I was very thankful. It was so good. I was like, oh, okay, this was really good. So I had talked to the House of Princess for a little bit. And I said, so you know what? I think, she said, you and Barb going live tomorrow? I said, well, we discussed, but if it wasn't going to be good, we wasn't going to go on. I said, but it's looking like we probably going to go on tomorrow. But then, life was lifing. And so we didn't get a chance to go on our regular day, Wednesday. And so then Thursday and Friday, I had to work. So that's why this good Saturday, y'all. It's a good Saturday. We came to y'all. So I say all that to say, sounding long-winded like my dad. Papa Cutie. But I say that to say I was extremely satisfied with the first part 1. They dived in. They dived in a little bit. So I'm gonna give it an 8.5 for sure, at least. I'm gonna give it a little 8.
I agree with that number. I felt the same way. Like, yes, if it wasn't for life happening all crazy, we would have been here on time because I was satisfied with what they gave us.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. 8.5 definitely. And I was really, what I really liked, and someone mentioned this in their video. I think it might have been the Brooke Ashley. Shout outs to her. We didn't get a lot of that fluff filler in the beginning, when we're seeing them getting dressed and they're asking them like a salacious, like, oh, what are you going to say to this person? Or, trying to get things stirred up. I mean, it's cool. It's cute, but I really, really enjoyed getting right down to the business. We didn't waste no time. It was done very well. And that just goes on to show us that, or for me at least, throughout this entire season. For the most part, I've been really happy with how production has been handling this season, and it just showed here for me too.
Yeah, we didn't need no fluff in their outfits because we already saw that. And we, if y'all check our last live out, excuse me, video out, we discussed what it looked like, and it wasn't looking like nothing.
Yeah.
And I will say, to continue on with that discussion about what they look like on the reunion, Barb, I'm about to go to the tanning salon or something because I'm tired of them being darker than me, and I'm black. I mean, I'm a mixed child. But they darker than me.
It's safe to say everybody in Salt Lake City has a tanning membership. I like to think.
I think I'm gonna go to Salt Lake City. If I move there, I'm gonna open up a tanning salon, and I'm gonna be
make a lot of money.
Hello, because that don't make
like the startup costs aren't that much. You just get a couple beds and a couple stuff, and it's pretty cut and dry. I could totally see you doing that.
Here's the thing: I would make it VIP, and I would have that thing thanging. I had that thing thanging. That's what I will say. I'd make sure it because everybody that's there that makes the money, that's what they want. They're gonna want some high end, cute stuff. I would go look around at the other places where I know they go and be like, oh, this is what they got. Oh, okay, yeah, no, I'm about to elevate. 2-story. We gonna put a 2-story on it if it ain't got a 2-story.
I don't blame you at that in that logic at all.
Man.
And I think a lot of people also probably agreed with us when we say that this episode or this first part of the reunion was really good because the viewers, the ratings showed this was the new season high. Actually,
come on.
I wasn't surprised by that at all, but that just, numbers don't lie, y'all. So Salt Lake City's giving. A lot of people aren't really on Salt Lake City.
No, they were sleeping. They was a little sleep, or they was in the bushes watching and didn't have much to say about it, which is weird because you would have got some views seriously because we was on. We been on. We wasn't playing with it. It's been good.
I'm actually kind of sad that it's ending.
You know what? It's so funny you say that because
I'm forever about a show.
And what we had 17. We're on episode 17. It's so funny because don't we get tired of the same stuff? We be like, what's the last episode? Anybody know the number on the episode? It's like, man. So that's to your point. Yes, I'm kind of sad to see it go as well.
Hey,
Catherine.
Anything that didn't involve Monica was boring.
Don't even have me, because I told you in the very beginning when you was like side-eyeing Monica, like,
I'm side-eyeing her more now.
Of course you are, and no, I'm side-eyeing her now. But I told you when she came on, I said that girl is gonna bring it. She started it from off good, and it came all the way across the board. Even though now we know she was a mole, if you will. So
I don't really.
So for me, all I'm saying is she was good reality TV.
No, I mean throughout the season, obviously we saw what she did. We saw what she did. On the reunion, a lot of people were saying like, "Oh my God, yeah, she ate them up," and she.
Oh no, I didn't. No, that ain't gonna be our review today. I definitely don't agree with that.
Hey,
princess. Hey, girl.
Hey, cousin.
Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate y'all.
Thank you so much.
Make sure y'all hit that like button on both channels.
All day for your girl. So I appreciate everybody in here right now. So where do we pick up at? Where do we pick up at?
So the ladies arrive at 7 a.m. I'm glad we didn't get too much. That's kind of early though. I'll be like, y'all trying to wear. I feel like they be trying to wear people out with the. You know how when they when you go to jail and like I watch crime TV and they in jail and they get the people to ask questions at like 4 a.m. and they cold and they shivering and they be like, yeah, so where were you at 5? You know, they grill you. I feel like you see what I'm saying? The correlation with the early in the morning. It's like, wouldn't it be better if they got there around if they started around 10 or Maybe they do. Maybe glam takes 3 hours. I don't know. All I'm saying is 7 a.m.
I associate it with nighttime because we're watching at nighttime. So I always just associate this happening. This just seems like a nighttime. This needs to be happening at nighttime for me.
It needs to be. It sure should be. Cocktail hour, honey. Cocktail hour. Hey, Yvette.
Hey,
cocktail hour. let me show you. Cocktail hour.
Cocktail hour.
Because unless you're an alcoholic or like a little drink in the morning, which I do. I like cognac in my coffee. I don't drink coffee every day though. But when I do, I like cognac in my coffee. I'm saying that to say I feel like you would get more. Being messy, I feel like you would get more if it was cocktail hour.
Yeah, I can totally see that. I feel like it should be at night, but it's not. Like you said, it's 7 a.m. Honestly, I thought it would have been earlier. I feel like some other times we'd be seeing these ladies up here and it'd be like 5 a.m. I thought.
I feel like it might have been 6. I feel like I might have seen a 6 a.m. 5. You better be going to the radio station. Don't do that to them. Don't play with me.
Yeah.
We ain't doing that. So anyway, what I put since the finale, where I put finale been. Oh, so none of the girls have hung out with Monica since the wrap up. Funny thing, I know it's weird that they finished up the finale in Bermuda. Ain't that weird? Another thing, I feel like we didn't go home and discuss or have. That's why I think you're feeling like it should have been a little longer. But
I'm sure we've left off on a trip before at some point. I'm sure, but it definitely did. Yeah, we were there for a while, and it was interesting. It's like, oh wait, we never went back to Salt Lake City. Okay,
yeah, that's why I put that right there. So yeah, she hadn't talked to the girls. I ain't gonna say they iced her out, but I don't know what she was thinking. What do you want them to talk about, girl? What we talking about? Why are we hanging out? You know we got to say this for the reunion, because girl, please, I ain't got time.
No, I think she definitely bought that up on purpose. I think there was a twinge right on the end, just a little bit of confusion, a little bit when she said that. I feel like so. I was like, "Are you serious? Like, did you really think that you guys were gonna?"
I'm gonna go old school on this one. Hello, McFly. Is anybody there? Hello,
No,
McFly. Are you done? Monica acts like she's so smart to me, and sometimes she's saying do dumb things. They record for 8 to 12 hours. Okay, so I get that, but I still feel like we could do a cool 3 o'clock and be done in those, you know what I mean? Or shorten it up or whatever. I just feel like it won't be like they're tired if they having a little cocktail. It's a little one, not a lot.
With that being said, technically because I'm not a night owl like that. So
well, I'm just saying 12 hours at 7 to 7. I guess so. And they gotta do glam. All right, princess. Nobody asked you. Anyway, Andy asked if they were they afraid to record or do they season without Jen. The ladies is like, no, they just wanted to show that they didn't need Jen, because to them, let Heather tell it, Jen is being messy. I mean, Jen was messy, and they feel like they didn't want it to just be, they didn't want to be just known for a mess, even though, I mean, that's what it was at the time. But to her point, yeah, I feel like Jen wasn't the show or held the show. It was just about her. We had Mary, the one that started the show for me. When we found out she was married to the step-grandfather, that we was in. We was like, wait, what? So that's first season. That's how we started. And Jen was highfalutin and doing all that stuff, right? She was highfalutin. But the show, we came in and tuned in because of Mary. Let's not. But then Jen started being more flamboyant, head getting this big while she, pretty much taking the seniors' money. So, you see what I'm saying? It kind of was like, okay, here's the shift. Boom. Let's Jen got it going on, and she did until she didn't have it going on no more.
It was kind of Jen and Mary for me, I would say. I think, and I mean, y'all can't sit here. No one, I think I am justified in saying that no one could sit here right now and say that we didn't also kind of think like, oh, you know, what will this season give now that Jen is not here? Like, we all probably did think that. It was safe to say that because she is such a big personality. But by no means am I going to sit over here and double down and say like Monica, like, oh, like she was going to save the day, and like, oh my god, it would have been a total flop without that. I think they could have maybe did something on their own, maybe, hopefully, maybe. I don't, and that's why I also go on to always say that like I'm not in no huge super big rush for Jen to come back once she does her sentence or anything like that. Like, I am totally fine with going on with the show how it is, and I actually hope next season, as we get things rolling away from, you know, her being on the show, I'm hoping that she's just brought up less and less. Like, this is what it is now. And yeah, that's kind of how I felt about that.
I just wanted, oh, go ahead.
And I don't think we didn't mention it, but I did think it was very, very funny for me when they all had came out, and then Monica, like, it was so dramatic. Like, the dramatics just, there was so much dramatics. Yes. Monica down the stairs, and they were just all like, actually, I have a picture.
Excuse me.
It was just so,
oh gosh,
like, dramatic for no reason.
It really was.
But go ahead.
For me, before we just get off that segment, it was the wording that Andy used when he said, "Well, you guys afraid?" I'm like, "What is she, the mom?" Hey, my babe. Sound like no, like, hey, my babe.
Yeah.
That's my girl.
Yeah, I didn't really like that word choice. I would have been offended too if I was them.
That's right. You know,
it's not the only way to gain viewership. Like, there's other ways. There's other ways it's gonna get. Okay.
Yeah, and then on top of that, are you trying to? Is that a dig at Heather?
Andy was. Did you pick up on his shade? Because I definitely did.
Every goddamn on time. Every goddamn on time.
He was holding back. He was not holding back whatsoever throughout this first part.
Look, thank you, Carlos, for showing him. Exactly. I'm just saying, you must be taking a little note from the boy,
because he was on it as soon as they hit that stage. He was on it.
Right. I agree. I definitely agree with that. So I just wanted to point out that the scare tactic. I was like, ain't nobody scared of no. Jen is 4 feet tall, 5 with heels on. Mate, I'm not. I'm being like, I don't know. She look little. She just looks little. So anyway, Andy has Monica. Oh, Andy asked Monica if she wanted to be Lisa. What are you saying? What kind of question is that?
I think it's kind of fair. I think it's fair.
So, okay. So if I said to you, Barb, I think you want to be Nicki Minaj. and say right now, because your name is Barb. That's why. Okay. So, and you really did. Say you really did.
Mm-hmm.
Would you tell me?
No.
Okay.
Not. But it's still a fair question. I still wouldn't, because I mean,
the answer gonna be no every time. The answer gonna be no every time. Like, why you don't ask them? Do you want to be woo wop? If you ask me, do I want to be like my mama, my big mama, my granny? We talking something different. Don't ask me, do I want to be like no other person? Especially on this panel. Are you stupid? Do you want? If I was out, I'd be like, do you want to be Lisa? Okay, then. That's just me. To me, but you said it's a fair question. You said it.
I think it was, given what, given what she gave us this season, it kind of is, because honestly, if you look at it for real, y'all, season's over by now. Monica, the whole purse thing, clearly that showed that, and we're gonna get into that probably within 2 seconds right now, but she kind of did things that showed that even though what she was saying was one thing, her actions kind of showed differently. You still bought the purse, you still you had a Range Rover. Like, you, if she does come back next season, I am so looking forward to seeing what she did with that first check. That's where I'm at with it, because it's giving, if you could afford to live a certain lifestyle, you probably would be.
Okay.
I feel like that's fair.
I mean, okay. I see where you're going with it. I don't see anybody being like, you don't want to be like her. I just didn't. I don't. Not no grown up. You can ask a teenager some shit like that. But
no, I mean,
no grown ass woman. Like,
he asked her in a messy way.
That's what I mean. So
he could have said, "Do you wish you were in a tax
bracket?"
Like,
right.
That's basically
which brings us to the next thing. We find out that Lisa is not a 1%er. And clearly Monica doesn't know what a 1%er is, because Shaquille is not a 1%er. What are you talking about, lady? I was like, that's why I love that Heather was like, I mean, mine is the Bezos dude. But okay, Shaq, if Shaq's your 1%er, okay. No disrespect to Shaq. That's my guy.
I mean, no, he's getting to the back. Like, he is in he'd be in insurance commercials, Icy Hot, all types of stuff. So
they got him on everything. Domino, I don't know, Papa John's, I don't know, somebody's.
I totally would prefer to have his bank account, but
I'm not even saying that, because when, like I said, he got signed the Lakers, he got signed like 123 million sign in. So I mean, the man has had money. I'm not saying nothing about it, but when you think of 1%, you're talking about billionaires. We're not talking about millionaires. Okay, it's a lot of millionaires. It's not a lot of billionaires. Just saying.
Yeah.
So anyway, Andy asks, where does Monica think the rumor started that she stole, the ring? She said over there where Lisa and Heather are sitting. And I was just like, and we find out the sentimental value of the ring, and that it wasn't $60,000, because Monica clearly was like triggered that she got $60,000 ring, $60,000. It triggered her to hear her talk about that, she lost something so expensive, and that's one ring she's wearing, then clearly she got some money. So, with Monica, she's saying the 60,000 was triggering. We find out that the ring was sentimental to Lisa. Her baby almost didn't make it. Was it the oldest one? It was John, huh? I mean, not John. The youngest one, Henry.
Jack is
Jack.
The oldest.
Yeah, Jack.
Henry is
Jack, and then was it Jack or was it Henry?
It was Henry.
Oh, Jack. It was the first one, because it was a blessing for her to have two.
No, it was she said Henry.
Oh, she did say Henry.
Yeah, she said Henry.
Okay. I don't know why I'm frozen, but
yeah.
So can you hear my fan? Is it too loud? Because I'm trying to make sure that my computer stay cool.
I can't hear anything.
Okay, good. Because I have it on low. So sentimental because her baby almost didn't survive. I don't know if it was at birth or what it was, but John, right, bought her the ring, and so it's sentimental value to her. And Monica's like, that's beautiful. That's that's so beautiful. That's what I want to hear. And then Lisa hit her with but that's none of y'all business. It's like, oh, why is it not nobody's business though? It's
I don't feel like that's wrong for her to say. I would have said the same thing. It doesn't matter if a person isn't the 1% or whatever. If they lost something that is sentimental to them or of importance to them, then they own that right to feel a way about it. Lisa says that she only said it 3 times. Only that's between them. We only saw what we saw on the camera. So she did feel like she was saying it a lot. I do see how that could be annoying, but at the same time, I think Lisa was justified in feeling like some type of way over that ring. Shout outs to her for when she said, I get rings for different things at different times. Cause I'm like, I'm living the wrong life right now. I need to be, I want different rings for different things, Lisa. This is the moments where me and Lisa are right here. But I did want to hit on before that. Andy had one of his initial questions, I think, was something along the lines of her, like, why she had that conversation with her mom and everything, and how she was basically entering the group with the least amount of assets, if you will, or and her basically not really having her SHIT together and all that. I just feel like y'all, and some of y'all might not agree with me saying this, but I feel like she was kind of high. I feel like she was kind of the outlier.
I did it on purpose. I didn't want to interrupt you. I was gonna tell you I did it on purpose. So that I'm gonna pull myself out just for a second so you can stop doing what it's doing. But go ahead. I'm listening, sis. Go ahead.
She was kind of the outlier, and I feel like instead of her realizing that she might have bit off more than she could chew, she instead, a lot of times I feel like during the season, made like the Lisas or whoever out to be the weirdo ones that were out of their element or doing too much themselves, when in all actuality, we watched this show. This show was built on a foundation of all the bells and whistles and all the diamonds and Rosé, which I think is actually the name of the Housewives book. Huh. Like I threw that in there. But no, for real though. So it's like when she says certain things like this, it's like I feel like this is when I want to pull her to the side and be like, see, if she could just, she's not dumb. If she could just channel her energy and redirect her capabilities and this passion that she has for anything, if she could just redirect that onto better things other than trolling people or getting so triggered and all these things that we've seen her give throughout this season, I think that she'd be a lot more happy. That's how I felt. But no, I remember Andy mentioned that, and I just remember me feeling like, okay, you basically what you're saying is you were paranoid about coming on the show because you knew you had done dirt. That's honestly what I heard, and knew that you did the dirt, and that you don't have it like that, like they have it.
Yeah, she don't. And the more she kept saying she didn't have an agenda to get on the show, girl, bye.
We got to talk about that. Yeah.
So Angie jumps in and she tries to defend Lisa, and Monica tells her to shut the F up, bitch warmer. I was like, oh.
That's what I mean. Just like, just redirect that somewhere else. Did you feel like she and I'm asking everybody, who felt like Monica stole the ring? Did anybody feel like she actually did steal the ring? I didn't. I didn't really think that.
I don't think she stole the ring. I don't think she would steal the ring.
It was just an easy read, I feel like, for us as viewers, though.
I don't know, because when you think about that, goes back to what I just said, her having a hidden agenda and her saying, no, I didn't have a hidden agenda, basically. But everything that you've done, you really did
Screams hidden agenda
for a whole nother reason. Yeah, it's like, so how can we not think that you may have took that girl's ring? The reason why I don't think let's go be clear. Cutie thinks she did not take the ring.
Yes.
The reason why I think she did not take the ring, one, you really can't get nothing for it other than, especially with the way she reacted, that you what can you do? You gonna go ponder? You gonna leave the state to go ponder because they gonna your names. What you gonna go get a crackhead to come do the ponding? It's just that's ludicrous to me. Like that you could do that. You're not keeping it to wear it. So it's just like I don't think that happened. Now, it did somebody that might have been in that bathroom take it. Not none of her friends, but they were in a public bathroom. People.
Well, someone has it. Obviously, if it didn't fall on someone has it.
So and the way she was acting, and if it was somebody young, no disrespect to the young people in the chat or in the universe and period, but some people with young minds, they think instead of saying, oh no, I found your ring, it rolled right here, and just pick it up and give it to the person.
I wasn't raised like that, whether I know you or not. Like I'm not going.
Whether you know, you're gonna give it back.
They're you all are literally looking for somebody's ring. I don't care who you are. If I found that ring, I would have gave it to you. Like I found somebody's debit card or credit card 2 days ago. Like I can't think about. I've never found anything of value like that and not handed it in.
I get so much more gratification that I gave it to you and I found it. I'm the one that God chose to put it in my lap to give to you. That's my gratification. I wouldn't get gratification out of stealing somebody's ring. And then anybody that's in that bathroom and they did steal that ring, you should feel like SHIT with an exclamation point, because now you know the real story behind it. So if you think it brought you some value, you think it did something, good luck, because karma's a bee. So good luck with that thing.
Now, unattended property, that's a different story.
Okay, that's different. That's finders, keepers, losers, weepers.
We're not talking about that, y'all. I'm talking about someone knowingly I know that you're looking for something, or I know that obviously we're outside the supermarket and someone dropped their or there's a wallet sitting there. I'm not gonna be like, oh yes, oh thank you, Lord. Like that's not someone else's shortcomings or failures or whatever. It's not my come up. That's how I felt about it. And no, although Monica's Monica at this point, I didn't feel like she stole it, but I can understand why she may have felt like they started that rumor maybe about her. But
you think they started that rumor, Barb?
I don't think so, but I can understand why she might think that.
Okay. So with that, I want Monica to look at that too. So if you think that they started this rumor, wouldn't you think that? I mean, you saying you think that they would have started that rumor, and it's just like they both are saying, pointing fingers at each other, and when y'all really know better than that, to me. Go back off camera because it's not working. I tried to see if it was. My stuff is freezing on my side, so I'll just go back off camera if I can.
Oh, we don't have time for this computer.
Seriously, and I don't even know why. I don't even have any. Let me see. Do I got something else open?
Because this is when got really weird for me.
Okay, let me get my notes because this is where Monica said, that's still, we were just talking about that. It's still stereotypical of them to think that she was the one to steal the ring because she has the least out of everybody, right? Mm-hmm. Off the camera. Hold on, sis. I just took my notes down.
Andy's next question is what really, like I said, got things going really weird for me, because I don't, Monica, just be honest.
Well, here's the thing before we get to that, because I was about to because I don't know what you're exactly talking about, but in my notes, it was weird to hear Monica said that she didn't go in the bathroom for 20 to 30 minutes during the time that her friend or her peoples is in the bathroom. That was weird to me. I was like, wait, what?
This was only like what episode? We weren't still in single digits. I feel like this was like under episode like 5, right? So I think weren't they still like forming, a friendship, so to speak. So I feel like that's not that strange.
Bruh, I don't care. If I just had met your homegirl, let's go with when I met your friend from San Diego. We go to the bathroom.
But you're like,
no, listen. We go to the bathroom. I just met her. It's taking her a long time. I didn't go inside with her, but it's taking her a long time. We're at a venue. It's a lot of people there. Okay, 5 minutes might go by. 20, 30 minutes is not going by without me going in there and saying, dang, girl, what's going on with you? What you got going on?
Lisa was in there with everybody else, or Lisa was in there by herself?
Yes. How it read, or what Monica says. Monica says she didn't take the ring. She didn't go into the bathroom until 20 or 30 minutes afterwards. I don't believe that. That's what I put in my notes, and that's what I'm telling you. So I'm saying, even if she was exaggerating, let's say it was 10 minutes. Girl, y'all are on a show. Y'all on the show. So even let's just even say that, girl, the way you are read, the way you are not even portraying, because girl, you are a mole, you are a plant, you have a hidden agenda. Like, and I'd say that across the whole goddamn on board. You're not a hidden agenda at some point and sometimes, and then, oh no, I really like you. That's why you are conniving to Angie the way you are with Angie. And that's the person you really knew through Jen, right? Y'all the ones kind of really knew each other. So for me, it's like, girl, either you're a liar, which we all clearly know, try to give you the benefit of the doubt on some things, but when this is your MO, I'm gonna have to believe some of the things you're saying. So in your thing, you said 20, 30 minutes. I don't care. That's a long time. So, but if she wasn't in there when it failed, then that's a whole nother different story. We're talking about a whole nother story.
I think it's only weird if like everybody else, like, because
they were all in there looking for the bus, right? We had Heather in the bathroom laughing about that damn work.
They were en route to the motel, right? Weren't they in the van or something?
Mm-hmm.
Or this is right when they landed. No, this is at the airport.
This is at the airport. Yes.
So I feel like it's only weird if like everybody else, Meredith, Heather, Whitney. I think it's only weird if they were all in there and then Monica was just standing there for like 20 minutes, like. Because that's what I thought. What are we good? What's going on? Like that's okay. I can understand that, but if like they weren't all in there and it may have been like Whitney and Meredith out here still, and it's just like, dang, sometimes you're like, dang, what's taking Lisa so long, whatever. And then I could see how you could be like, oh, we realized that you had been gone for a really long time. We came in to see, 8 minutes later what's up. I could see, I don't know, I could see that. But again, I don't really put anything past her right now, so I don't
know. Okay. All right. So, you can. I don't know if I'm about to go into what you just said.
No. In my notes, the only thing I had the thing I had directly following that was when Andy asked Monica how would she describe her relationship with Jen Shaw. Mm-hmm. That's when things started getting weird for me.
I love it. I love that you did that.
That would be weird. Or that's when it got weird for me.
Yeah, because in my notes it says they asked if she was being paid by Jen,
no,
like an assistant, and she said no, they were just friends. She just stepped in as a friend, but we all know she had a hidden agenda. That's what I have in my notes.
But you're crying about money every 5 minutes. Or how you're scraping by. I don't. Two things can't exist at once. And then you're really gonna sit here and tell us that you didn't have a hidden agenda and an ulterior motive when you befriended this lady who just so happens to be on a huge show on a network. Like, come on now. Like,
but did she try to say that when she was with Jen that she didn't know she didn't know she didn't know about it.
That she was just there to really help and be a friend to her and get her groceries and make sure she was getting to her meetings on time, and I would have been just like them. So you took time away from your kids to do this no paying job because you were a friend to this lady.
Right.
I'm sorry, and you're my friend, but if I that down and out,
mm-hmm.
I couldn't help nobody, friend or not, like before I could help and make sure my stuff was taken care of or whatever. Like, if I love, friendship doesn't pay the bills, so like I don't understand. No, that doesn't even make sense.
But here's the thing, on top of that, if you know your friend, the way she's living, she's looking like she's living large, and like you said, this is your friend. We're friends, and then I started helping her out. So if this is your friend, and you know this lady looks to be wealthy, you ain't asking to be kicked down for the stuff that you doing, or I don't know. Are you were portraying
really friends, or she always said that she was her friend or whatever. I don't know if she actually used the verbiage of Jen was also her friend back or anything like that. But I'm just thinking, if you guys had such a friend bond, then me as a friend, perfect example. You're gonna braid my hair. I know that's how you get your bread and butter. Or that's your bread and butter, I should say. I'm not going to not compensate you something at least for that. Like, and it's the same thing, me and lashes or whatever. Like, you know how many times I've serviced my friends and stuff like that, and they still compensate me or whatever, just because, like, at the end of the day, if that's your job and stuff like that, like, again, friendship don't pay the bills. Like, it doesn't. And it's not that I was like, I didn't even charge them because they are my friend, but still knowing that that's how I make my money, they gave me something. I get it.
Yeah, that's how I started out my business. So you definitely speaking my language, sis. That's exactly how my business started off when I started braiding. The exactly what happened. So yeah,
support, not saying that you have to buy my friendship or nothing like that. That's not what I'm meaning at all. But still, regardless if your friend needs you or needs something from you, like, as a friend, if I know that that's your business or whatever, I want to support your business too. So yeah. So everything she was saying just didn't make sense for me. I hope you guys that was a weird roundabout way of me saying that, y'all, but I hope you're following me, because this is what I'm telling you when I'm saying she started not making sense for me at this part.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, my thing is still tripping out. You know what? I had an update on my phone. I'm wondering if I had an update on my Mac.
Was it freezing? It's just freezing?
It when I look at myself, it look like I'm TikToking now. I don't know if that's what you see, but it look like I'm like moving like like that. So I was like,
And nothing happened from you.
Oh, when I came out and came back in, not really. And then I'm touching my computer right now. It doesn't even feel hot. Like, I have the fan blowing on it. So that's why I said it might be an update that I didn't know about.
Do you want to
I'm going to check it.
pull up on your phone, or?
Oh, I did the update on my phone. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, you want to get on StreamYard from your phone? Maybe would that help?
Let me see. You know what, Barb? Every time because the last time I tried to go through StreamYard, when shout out to Shady and Mace, this Mace and Shady show, I was driving home and was trying to get in and talk to them because they had opened their panel up, and I couldn't get in onto my Safari from there, and I was just like, what? And I was driving too, so it was making
StreamYard's login process irritates me. I hate when I have
because I have 3 different ones and they wanted so much information. I was like, what the heck is going on right now?
Annoying. Yes, JoJo. I agree. Who following a criminal for free for 2 years? Yes, friend or not. Like, I don't, like, I would still be there for you as much as I can as a friend, but you telling me that I'm like an employee, like, you can't. That's a weird blurred line for me. Like, because as an employee, you're gonna need to get paid, getting groceries and stuff. Like, what? No.
Yeah, but that goes back to hidden agenda. So, which brings us to the next point. Heather had played audio of Monica saying Kim Kardashian started off as an assistant, and look where that got her. That is now, that's how she is known. So, basically, she got her foot in the door like that. And I'm like, girl, do you think this is building your case?
No, y'all, but And this is supposed to be somebody who didn't have any motives. This is supposed to be somebody who didn't even, really know about the show like that. For real, for real. She was just helping out her friend. Helping out her. Oh my God.
I said, Monica, if you keep sticking your foot in your mouth, I'm gonna push it down your throat and you're gonna throw up, girl, because it's too much. It's too much.
She applied for the show like anybody else. No, girl. I was preferred. So we were bringing the show to Utah anyway, and they needed me to get started. So no, we're not the same. Like, stop it. Stop trying to make fetch happen, Monica. But yeah.
Andy said, do you think that she did that to get on the show? Hello. Heather says, yes. Monica says she didn't think she was ever gonna. Oh, yeah. Heather says yes. Monica says, girl, I didn't even think I was gonna get on the show. Oh, like, girl, the lies. The lies, the lies, the lies. You knew that was a
like, literally, it was nonstop.
I'm like,
I paid that recording.
Honey, that was perfect. So they asked how Monica got on the show. She said, like everyone else, you already said that. My bad. Monica said, she said, this part was killer. And Andy got offended. He's like, oh, Monica. Wait. What?
No, I got the screenshot already.
We'll go on the show with a criminal friend next year. Come on, JoJo.
Yeah, because she said everything. Literally, in these two comments, she summed up everything that we're saying right now.
Man, like, for sure.
Try to tell me, because you're contradicting yourself every single time you try to defend yourself. You put another contradiction out there. Like, come on now.
Stupid at this point. Let me close my window. Let me call somebody. Tell them to feed the dog. The dogs are in here barking, outside barking. Jesus, get the dogs, people. Y'all know I'm live. Hold on. Feed the dogs, please. And then, I'm sorry. Were you about to say something? Oh, you was gonna pull up the.
I know what you're about to say. I'm gonna pull it up after you say it.
So Monica says, like we said, she said that she got on like everybody else. They like, nah, girl, we didn't get on like that. We was casted. She was like, well, they put a casting call out and, through an email, and I emailed them, and I had told them that the show sucked and that it pretty much needed some shaking up. And, and then they go to her email, what it really said, something a little bit to that effect. She never said the show sucks, so shut up or you wouldn't be trying to get on it. Now, she also said, yeah, you guys need some Latina. Y'all need a Latina on the show immediately. I said, if you don't get your Latina behind up out of here, girl.
Yeah. Here's what she really said, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm Monica Fowler, and your show sucks, and your ratings are shit. Like, no, this is what she actually said, y'all. So that's what I keep saying. If she just rechannels that emotion and all that passion onto something of better substance, she will be a lot further in life. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, the word. And y'all need a feisty. I said, yeah, you have such a hidden agenda, girl. You was feisty for so many other reasons, not because you're a Latina. Okay, so stop. Sure, ridiculous. Oh gosh. So yeah, Andy was offended, and so was the girls. Andy asked Monica, did she reach out to the feds? She said yes. I was like, you just. And she thinks that she did the right thing. Okay, let's go there. So when did you know? When did you know that Jen? Okay, because here's two things. Two things were going on at the same time. You said you was mad at the way she treated her staff. Oh, season 4 ratings didn't even surpass 5,000 finale ratings. Okay. Really?
I'm not saying you're not, but
no. That is so funny.
I gotta go back on TV Deets and look, because that's and they bought a show back like that. Oh, anyway.
Yeah, that's some statistics for that behind. I didn't even know. We gotta, not that we don't need to fact check for you. Thank you for telling us, JoJo, because we did not know. We
Oh
gotta
wait, you
see.
said season. Sorry, slow moment. I thought she said I was envisioning season 3, but you said okay. Sorry.
Okay, so oh yeah, she said she reached out to the feds. She said she did the right thing because of the fact that she, how Jen was, one, treating her staff, two, doing the seniors, or and that stuff. And what do you think? Do you think that she really, that was like, do you think, what came first? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, she got in, she found out that was her friend. Do you think, and then that's how she was able to infiltrate and see how she really treated her staff. And then when she came to her about the making a money deal and she didn't come through to that, and instead of that, I guess I'm saying the same thing in the order it came in, but instead of doing that, she went and checked with her friend that works in the federales, and then the federales told her, oh, we about to come pick her up. So she ended up saying, oh yeah, I'm not about to do that. Is that how that's supposed to read?
The way I think that it all went down is that there's been talk going around Salt Lake City. I feel like there's been talk going around for years, probably at that point, that Jen, it's not all what it might appear to be. I feel like that was just a common community-wide thing that everyone kind of always knew on the low. And so Monica I don't feel like she can go into this saying she didn't hear a little bit of that, at least. And she probably got in and knew that this is maybe like a lifestyle she might want to lead, or she saw something that she was interested in, came friends with Jen. And I think she probably didn't completely throw in the towel and want to basically out her to the feds until Jen did probably start treating her like crap, because I do believe that that's who she really is somebody that probably treats people like crap. Not probably, she does. That's truly how I feel about that lady. And I feel like I'm justified in saying that because she's literally in prison right now. Like, come on now. So
the facts are speaking.
Yeah, they really are. So I feel like that's when she went and told the friend whatever, and yeah, that's kind of the timeline of how I feel like everything kind of happened. And then I think that no, she did want to get on the show. I do think that, and that was an easy way of doing that, was through Jen.
I agree. So we find out Monica was excavated. I don't know if I say that right.
Excommunicated?
Right. What is it?
Excommunicated?
Yes, from the church, when she was excommunicated from the church.
I think this is when I also got really confused.
Okay, so Andy, go ahead. You go ahead, take over and say what you.
No, I feel like this is when Andy. Isn't this when Andy asked something along the lines of like how the affair started with her brother-in-law?
Yes, that's the next segment. Yep, all that comes up.
What? That was so weird. What is she? She didn't even answer the question, and why didn't he be like, "Okay, that didn't answer the question"? Like,
she did that a lot. I noticed that she was doing that a lot. She was she wasn't answering the question with a question, but she wasn't answering the question, and then she would deflect. This how
it wasn't even in a good way though.
Huh?
Who's a notorious deflector? I can't think right now, but
I'm gonna say,
I mean Meredith, but like I was trying to think outside.
Yeah, Meredith is. Yeah, Meredith. I was gonna say, is it Lisa? No, Lisa just makes everything about herself.
Outside of the show for some reason. I feel like Quad, for instance. I feel like she does it way more charismatically. When she was asked about the DUI thing, I don't know if you saw that I think that was with the interview with her and Carlos. Sorry, y'all.
I did. I saw both.
Yeah, when she kind of answered it without answering it, whatever. Like she didn't even do that. Like she just gave us something that completely didn't make any sense. Like, how do we get to him asking you how it started with your brother-in-law? How did we get to one, that happening over a decade ago? Two, you having deep conversations with these ladies and everyone was super wonderful when that happened, and it wasn't about bragging or taking accountability, or I bore a scarlet letter and I was rebaptized. And like, how do we get from that question to all that didn't even make sense at all? Like that wasn't even a good deflection. That just means you look insane.
Well, we all see that. We definitely see all that. I love that Princess said Martell, because that's a true statement.
He's a
deflector.
But yeah, I feel like Quad. I feel like Kenya sometimes low key too, when she don't want to answer something or whatever. But she has a better way. They have a better way of doing that, to where it's like, see what you did there, but you kept it cute, so I gotta move on. Versus just, she made it seem like she didn't understand the question based on what was being asked.
Right. Hey, Ray, all day.
Yes. Hey, Ray. See y'all.
Thank you for joining us.
Y'all are my people.
Man, love them to death and to life. But we also find out that Monica was rebaptized, and she went back to the church and was rebaptized and had a vigorous learning of the missionary all over again. And Heather agreed with that. They asked about, and she's talked to the brother-in-law, that go back to Prince's comment, if you want to put that back up. Because everybody was so confused. They thought the brother-in-law was like her husband's brother.
Her husband's sister's husband.
Yeah, that's why I said put her comment.
She doesn't have a brother,
right?
She has that's how
that's the way she got it up here. The brother's wife's brother. So the brother, so her in-law is the wife, right? Not the brother, but the right, or is it
her ex-husband's sister's husband?
There you go. The ex-husband's sister's husband. Yes, got it.
But my thing is, why does she come on the show talking about? I get it. We want to present our tea before we get sprayed with it. I get it. I know how this works, y'all. She said this happened 10 years ago. I thought this happened like 2, 3, 4. Like, I'm confused. So they stayed together after that?
No, I don't think they stayed together.
She's been going through divorce for 10 years?
Don't quote me.
See what I'm saying?
Don't quote me. I'm not sure. But that would be insane.
Oh, please. I was so confused by that, because I'm like, she makes it seem like they're actively going through this divorce and stuff like that. I thought it happened within the last handful of years, of course. And maybe they tried to get it right after that. Maybe, give it a year or two, give or take. But I didn't know. The way I'm seeing it now is y'all did that 10 years ago? Or wait, did it happen 10 years ago and then it presented itself, her husband found out maybe more recently? Maybe that's what she meant. Because if it happened 10 years ago, y'all stayed together this whole time or whatever, and then just randomly all of a sudden now, everything is transpiring with that. Like, they've been divorced twice. She said that earlier in the season. I don't remember that.
What? There was divorced twice?
My mind is right now. I guess that's what hey Shay, that's what Shay says. My mother had us in Mormon church when I was a kid. The church was nothing like that. Oh,
when I was a kid,
okay. Definitely want to love to hear about that if you care to share. And I don't know if I said hey Monique.
Hey Monique. Hey Jackie.
Yes, and hey Jackie.
Thank you for joining me, God baby. Love you.
And thank you for stopping by both channels, y'all. Thank you so much.
Yes,
but
appreciate y'all.
I guess maybe I was the only person that was a little thrown off about the timeline of all this stuff happening in her life, because she presented it like it just happened. I felt like
it's she's
because
the
nothing
con
else.
artist. We can't with a con artist or a mole or whatever you want to call her. You just never know we just can't get a straight answer. It's such a big gray area with her.
Yeah, she has like 5 and she has some ones that are under like 8. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like you're saying, I don't know.
Not that I can't keep up. You can't keep up with a liar. That's the thing.
You can't.
It's just the hardest thing to do, and I don't have the time. Even though I'm reviewing the show, but girl, I don't have that kind of time. What's wrong with you? This was funny to me, Barb. What you think about this? And chat, please comment on this. Isn't it ironic that Monica was saying, I'm the messages on, that I'm getting all on the web, on Beyonce's internet, for sleeping with my brother-in-law, it's just really nasty. They're really saying some really nasty things. And before we get into what Whitney was trying to tell her, but Barb, ain't that what you did to the girls? Ain't that what the F you did to the girls? And you got the nerve to think you about to make us be sympathetic to what you got going on? Girl, you the one brought that to us. We didn't know. We didn't know you slept with your brother, sister's husband, girl. We didn't know that. So you brought that on yourself, and you thought it was going to be okay for you to tell us, I can't believe how the nasty comments that I get. Girl, shut up. You brought that on yourself, and not only that, karma came right back around and bit that ass, didn't it? Bit your ass real quick and got the nerve to want to think you're going to get some sympathy. Girl, get out my face. Get out my face, girl. I'm sorry. She triggered me on that one.
My head snapped up when she said that too, because I was like, but you just what? It doesn't make any sense. And I don't know if Whitney was trying to like kind of troll a little bit and call her out without calling her out when she said like, yeah, it definitely hurts when you think you're past something and then the trolls come and it's like you're reliving it again. I don't know if she was trying to say that.
I don't think she was trolling right there, sis. I'm gonna tell you why she was trolling right there, sister. Not to cut you off.
No.
But I think when she brought back up, when she didn't have to say what it was what she was being trolled on the on the internet. She didn't have to tell us what it was. We could have went back and found out what it was, but the fact that she said, yeah, that I had what did she say? Not like infidelity. I don't know. That's not the word she used, but whatever it was that I cheated on my husband or whatever she used.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She said that. I said, okay, so this is not about trying to get back at Monica. You see what I'm saying? It was more like, yeah, I understand. Whitney is that type of person. She's empathetic to people, even if they're in the wrong and have wronged her or in some capacity. I'm not gonna say forgiving, but something about the way Whitney does, I feel like she puts herself in people's shoes, and then she can,
That's why the seating chart was very good for this reunion, because I can, to your point, yeah, Whitney is that type of person. That's why, even though I would rather them not, because I couldn't film with anybody who did that to me. But teach his own.
Oh yeah,
I couldn't. There would be no coming back from this with me and Monica if I was them. But I see that being as though Whitney is that type of person, I can see that if Monica is welcome back into the circle of trust, I love Meet the Parents. I can see it being by way of Whitney and maybe even like a Meredith. I feel like they're the two that would be more accepting of her coming back into the fold. They'd be more forgiving, I feel like, than the other ladies on the other couch in this situation. Maybe. I hope I don't eat my words.
That's funny. Can you pull up JoJo's comment? Because
Yeah,
you know, because everybody was trying to, you know, make it less than what it was. Like Andy was like, well, it would have been worse if it was the brother's brother, you know, la la la. And then here go JoJo. Like, yeah, they still would have been kissing cousins. If she would have got preggers or anything with that, it would have still. Oh no! It's still the uncle by in-law. It's still not blood related. JoJo,
yeah,
it's still not blood related.
A mind F for the kids, like
true indeed.
Like that's still weird.
But it's not inbreeding. That's all. It's not inbreeding, but it is the uncle. That's
yeah.
Weird. All right. Right. So they asked, does she think that she deflects? We discussed that, right? Gives everybody respect. Oh no. Okay. They asked, I don't know. They asked, does she deflects? And she says no. She just gives everybody the same respect. So that must have been Lisa, I think.
No. That's Meredith. We get into
Meredith. This is from Meredith. Okay.
But it's like Whitney and Lisa, Whitney and Heather, Whitney and Meredith. Yeah.
I get because you're right. It says Lisa says she sees Meredith's side because sometimes she is trying to, you know, do her best as a friend, and the ladies don't recognize it either. So yeah, that's when Meredith was basically saying that. Do you agree with Meredith when she says do you agree with everybody else when they say that Meredith deflects? And Meredith was basically saying, like, I don't deflect, I just respect everybody. You know, I just respect and listen to what they say. Do you agree with that or no?
That Meredith does that?
Yeah. That she really listens. Like she says she don't deflect. She really listens and respects what they say, and then she moves in that manner. And I'm like, do you?
I mean, honestly, my honest opinion on that is that Meredith, whether that is or isn't what she does, she doesn't owe them anything at this point in time. They actually owe her an apology for the way that they were so against anything she had to say, and so painting her to be the bad guy of all this season, and not being good friends to her this whole season. She's actually owed an apology, I feel like, first and foremost. And then from there, yes, is it hella coincidental that every single time somebody wants to bring something up to Meredith, somehow we end up over here with it? Somehow we end up on the subject of you getting into a really bad accident with your friend and almost going off the side of a cliff, or something about your nephew. Like, does that happen a lot? And it's kind of a little too coincidental for me. Would it be a little too coincidental for me as a friend? Yes. But at the same time, I don't feel like they show up for her in the ways that they really should. We can just think back to most recently, her being super sick in Bermuda and them just like la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da over here the entire time, not paying any attention and stuff like that. So I think some things need to be done on both sides there.
Okay. So reciprocation going on. Reciprocation. So yeah. So do you agree with Lisa though? Do you agree that Lisa says that she see Meredith's side because, you know, sometimes she's trying to be the best, you know, do her best in the different friendships, and the ladies are not recognizing or, you know, or recognizing her friendship.
Yeah, I can understand that. Or just being like, think about it, y'all, like being in this type of environment, in this type of setting, I could see how it could make you feel like you're damned either way sometimes, or you don't know which path to take, which approach to take, with so many different personalities and stuff like that. And a lot of these situations, I feel like they probably understand that there's really like not a lot of win-win situations in this bunch, that sometimes you're either going to piss this person off or you're going to piss that person off. So I think the sooner that they kind of all individually learn that type of lesson, we will be a lot better off. But I don't think it's anything that they can't, all come back from. And I think they actually made mention of that in this scene a little bit. Where Meredith and Lisa, they're good, not the same as they will be, rightfully so. After you endure something, like, you're never going to technically be the same, but they're in a good space. And we also heard, I think, that Whitney and Heather, are pretty much the same thing. They're different now, but they're making strides in the right direction. So I think Meredith was justified in saying that she tries to at least attempt to respect everybody else's feelings, but that needs to be reciprocated. They need to start being respectful of her feelings, or just reciprocating some nicer energy towards her way sometimes.
Right. What about when Heather says, we found out that the Ice Queen has a heart?
That made me laugh. There was some funny comments, just like when Angie was like, "Oh, calm down, baby gorgeous." Like, there was some interesting things being said that I appreciated.
Right. So Whitney said that Lisa didn't have sympathy for her when she saw Whitney, but then later she changed and said that Lisa asking, like, was she okay too much, kind of antagonized her. It was antagonizing to her. So Lisa was kind of feeling like, damn, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. Like, and I was like, girl, that's you hit the nail on the coffin, girl. Because I don't know, Whitney, or and when they replay it, say it again, sis.
She did kind of say two different things. She wanted her to be there, and she was mad that she didn't hug her and stuff like that. Some people don't exactly know what to do in those situations, so I could see how it's like her way of thinking that she's being a good friend was to ask you if you're okay or whatever. So it's just like, what exactly did you want from me? I'm like, I
was confused, like Lucy.
Bring me the Vita tequila. That's what I would have been saying if I was her in that moment.
Right. So yeah, Whitney was all over the place, and rightfully so. She lost a friend. So I mean, come on now. Let's be clear. Let's give a little girl a little grace. That's the only reason I'm gonna give her grace, because in that moment you don't know what's going on. And some people gotta understand that people, and I said this in one of our other reviews when it really happened in real time. Some people are not good when people move on to the next plateau. They just are not. And it depending on who it is to you, you just never know how you gonna be. You just don't know. And so I think Lisa proved her point that she handled her with kitten gloves and came in there, with the jewelry and trying to do some things. And we saw it. She asked how you were doing, and then she pulled back. And then now, like I said, it's just, Whitney, stop. Andy asked if Lisa and Heather, I guess I'm moving over, at their bad weather. I mean, sorry, bad weather. And not bad. Bad weather is Whitney and Heather. So if y'all don't know that, if y'all been watching from the beginning and y'all didn't get the reference to what the shade was there. So bad weather is the cousins, Heather and Whitney, or Whitney and Heather weather. And then when they first came on the show, they was kind of rebellious and had their own little clique, their own little thing that they little quirky things that they did that I love. They were my two favorites, even though I watched for Mary and Jen, as we said earlier. They still were my favorites because they were cousins. I felt like they was no holds barred. They just brought the fun to the show. So I enjoyed them as bad weather. So getting back to what Andy said, he asked if Lisa and Heather are bad leather. And Whitney says, that's the most shadiest thing you said, Andy. And Andy replies, that says a lot. And I was like, that kind of does. Because if you think back, Whitney keeps trying to make it seem like Heather is throwing some kind of monkey wrench in her and Whitney and Lisa's friendship, when I feel like it's the other dang on way around. Why is that so? What was so offensive, or why was that so shady? Because he got a new name for Lisa and and Heather? Like, what's the shade in that?
I
Because
don't know.
every time we show you trying to make it seem like Heather, I didn't say that about Lisa, that I was helping her with her well-being. What's wrong with if you were? There's nothing wrong with that. But you making a big thing. Now look, let's go back to this. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about this. What made me look at Whitney, why she's projecting onto Heather and saying Heather is the one that's doing this. Because then let's go back to when Whitney and Lisa came over there. Lisa came over to Whitney's house. They made the charcuterie board, and then they ended up getting into it. But let's go back to that phone call when Heather called Lisa, and she said, "Oh, I'm at Whitney's house," and Whitney was like, Heather was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." And then Lisa says, "My bestie," but before she even said that, they show Whitney, and when she heard that Heather was on the phone, Whitney was giving the bad vibes, unless production was being shady. But Whitney was giving the bad vibes until Lisa said, "I'm hanging with my bestie," and then it was like, "Ha ha ha, Heather, she's with her bestie." So I feel like Whitney is projecting this stuff onto Heather. What you think, sis?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I gotta watch it back because I didn't really pick up on all of that. But what I will say is Whitney does have these random, like, where she just goes like this all of a sudden. So I can see that being one of those moments where she just pulls one of these on us and just like her in, was that the last episode? Second last episode, whatever, when she ran after Heather, how she came at her about the book and stuff like that. That was one of those moments for me where I was like, girl, what? Like, huh? So maybe that was Whitney trying to mix things up or feel some type of way about something. Yeah.
I don't like that. All right, so right there is where I don't know if I'm in order, because the next thing I have is about the wedding ring. So
yeah. Bad leather. Actually, I don't think we touched on before. Oh no. The next thing that I have is Andy had asked another viewer question, which was along the lines of it was directed towards Angie, and he was like, why were you so quick to forgive Monica for, when she was spreading the rumor, so to speak, about your husband being gay, and that being spread on TV, and you're always going to see it one day or whatever. And Angie basically chalked it up to her being confused, and how she was just, above all else, she was just hyper focused on Meredith being the culprit behind everything. So she did actually, I heard an apology in there. And I've said it, and I think you said it, we both said it multiple times, I think, throughout this season, that Angie really does strike us as, someone who is empathetic, or like, presents herself to be kind of a sweet person. So I could see her taking it that way, and instead of being so vicious or coming with negativity, I can see that Angie likes to play things more from a give you grace type standpoint. So I understood what she meant there. And Monica in this moment had also made mention of her not feeling like she started the rumor. Like that's the hill that she's willing to perish on. She did not start that rumor. Angie also, I don't remember Lisa. I didn't remember Lisa calling her weak and a liar, but apparently that happened. I just couldn't remember when. And Angie didn't care for that. She really hated when Lisa said that because she is a pillar in the community. And I don't know if she said that right then and there, but I know she said it during this part 1. So she really didn't appreciate that. And Lisa, on the other hand, her thing is that she went into things looking extra stupid, not knowing that, they were back on better terms and everything. And she was just trying to be a supportive friend. So it looks like I'm like rallying behind you and going super hard for you, when on all actuality, you guys are back good. And, it's just, no longer an issue for you. Angie admits she was playing both sides though, and Whitney stands on Lisa not being self-aware. I'm not sure where that fits in all this, but I did have that written down. How did you feel about Angie forgiving Monica? Do you feel like that was super quick, and do you feel like Lisa was justified in feeling like she was kind of left to looking crazy for, pretty much going harder for Angie than she was herself in this moment?
I think the better question is, what was Angie's motivation when she just didn't straighten it out when they were arguing? When they are at Whitney's event for her jewelry, because I always say jury, so I don't want to say jury. It's jewelry. So when they were there and they were arguing back and forth, and Angie was in the middle, she could have detonated and just said, "Hey, we had a conversation," and she apologized because, like she kept saying, "I didn't lie. I just you withheld that you guys talked." So in Lisa's defense, she's like, "Girl, I'm going harder for you, and you ain't said boo to me." Like, it would have been an easy fix. So my question is, Angie, were you trying to make a scene, girl? Was that what your plan was? Because you see how it backfired on your dumb self? Stop doing dumb things. That makes no sense. When you could have just deadened the whole thing and said, "Girl, me and Monica had a whole conversation. She apologized, and girl, that is it." And woo. But no, now you made the few bigger, knowing Monica is a hot firecracker and did not stop, even when Lisa was trying to keep it calm and cool, even though I think that makes people more frustrated when somebody's being very calm, cool, and talking in this voice, and you're all, "No, Lisa," or you like, whatever, because Monica always, to me, is over the top when she talks to Lisa.
Redirects that passion. Yeah.
No, right? So for me, the better question for me in this instance from Andy should have been, Angie, where were you going with this? What did you get out of not telling Lisa, withholding the truth or withholding information and not lying? And when you see these girls are clearly not listening to you, and you have the nerve to be like, it offended me when you said that I don't have a backbone and I'm not strong enough, whatever she said. Like, girl, then open your damn mouth and say something. Then she wouldn't think that, right? Right. Okay.
Right.
Part 2 is on Tuesday.
Yes.
Tuesday
we will be up and at it
on Wednesday.
Yes, we will. So sure you got that notification bell pushed so you know when we go live. Yeah, I was glad in this moment that Angie admitted she was playing both sides, because I felt like she kind of was for a good part of the season. I'm eager to see how she shows up next season. Granted that she's coming back. I'm going to be really, now that she's gotten her feet wet, she kind of knows how this works and stuff like that. I want to see what active hand she actually plays amongst these other ladies next season. What is her approach going to be? Since you did the whole playing both sides thing, so that's off the table. That's not how you can show up in a group. What are you going to be in the group? Are you going to be the pot stirrer? Are you going to be the
bone collector?
here? Are you going to be the one that, orchestrates stuff and then goes over here and everything is happening and we forget that you're the one that orchestrated the stuff the whole time? Like
we're gonna call that the ostrich in the ostrich head. Like you light a fire to put your head in the sand. Like I didn't do it. Let me.
Literally on the other side of the fence, just peering over. That's literally how. I'm not gonna say her name. Anyway, so someone else on another franchise. I'm just glad that she admitted that.
Wait. Dang, I had a point about when you said that I was gonna say something about. Oh, I was just gonna say that I was kind of shocked that she admitted that part too. I was like, wait, what?
She still knew.
I was like, wait, what? Oh no, this was my other point before we moved on. You know, Monica calling Angie a bench warmer. This is her second season, and girls, you better hope you get a second season. Why you calling somebody?
She said she deserves to be here, honey.
Yeah, you can deserve to be there all you want, but until they give you a contract, sister girl, until you come back and tell us you got this contract, girl, because you might have stuck your foot in your mouth and being a mole, a plant, or whatever you want to call her, you might have not, even though I would like to see her back because I want to see what she would bring now that we all know who she is. Like, what are you going to bring now? Or are you going to be your authentic self? What are you going to do with your money? Like my sis Barb said, like, are you trying to come and be Lisa like Andy thought that you wanted to be? Like, what exactly are you going to bring? So yeah, my eyeballs and ear hole is listening and got my ears to the street to see what's going to happen with Miss Monica, because while you calling somebody a bench warmer, girl, you might be on your first season and then as a rookie be kicked off and go on to another TV show. So just be careful what you say about people.
I'm just fully disinterested in her at this point.
You talking about Monica?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm sorry.
I'm mad at you, sis.
I don't have a gavel right now, but if I did, I would. Yeah, verdict is in. I'm good on her. I don't trust Angie. Every time Angie speaks, I want her to hurry up and get to. I really like Angie, which is so crazy. Didn't think I was going to feel like that this season. I really, really did not. But I've said a lot of times over this season that I really like her. Yeah. Whitney stands on Lisa not being self-aware. Lisa, you're not self-aware. And I want her to stop trying to chalk everything up to an East Coast, West Coast thing, because it's not. Stop making us look bad. I'm self-aware and I'm from the next state over from you. So stop trying to make it seem like that, Lisa. And I want Lisa and Whitney to stop saying that they have like this such real friendship. I'm sick of back to what we were talking about before, the Lisa, Heather, Whitney triangle thing. Let that be the last season that we have to hear about that. I'm so over it. Like, I don't care. You guys are either friends or you're not friends, or these two are friends and this one's jealous. I don't care. I don't care.
It's infantile. That's childish shit stuff.
It really is.
You don't need that.
The Angie K marriage rumor. We get into that a bit. And this is when, at the beginning of this is, I don't remember the question, but this was when Whitney addressed the whole Justin not wearing his ring thing. He has been wearing it for quite some time. It's actually too small and uncomfortable for him, which I'm sorry. I get it. Like, some things, as we know, some rings cannot be replaced. But in this case, I don't see him having no crazy, like that extravagant of a ring. Maybe not. I'm just saying from what I think. So I feel like y'all could have got him a bigger ring this whole time, or got it resized or something like that. So I don't really understand that, but that's what Whitney said. Sean and Electra are doing great despite the rumor being dropped on national television. That is what Angie said. And once it was established that they were a couple in Salt Lake City, those types of rumors, those types of that line of questioning, like, oh, is he gay? Is he single? Like, whatever. All that went out the window 30 plus years ago or whatever, once everybody started to know that Angie and Sean were together. And as Angie said, it was not until this rat came out of the sewer, rat being Monica, that all this, emerged again. And Monica denies being mean to Angie and defends herself by comparing Angie going after Meredith in the manner she did earlier on in the season. Do you feel like Monica was being mean to Angie?
Computer. Come on. I'm sorry. Sorry, babe. It was lagging. It wouldn't let me unmute. So I was like, come on, computer. So that's what you heard me say when I finally got on. Couple of things. Monica did antagonize Angie through this season. I don't care what she says. I do think Angie forgave her a little too quickly and put her trust in her way too fast. And I understand why Lisa's side-eyeing Angie for that. I said she never really gave, well, we all know that she really didn't give Lisa the heads up what had happened. So I would really want to know why Angie did that. When it comes to, what was the last part? When it comes to the rumors about Angie and her husband, I understand that. And maybe that was because that is a true statement. Hairstylists, not barbers, but men hairstylists sometimes, a lot of times, get a stereotype as gay men. And then there's those that go into the business to be around all these ladies to get play. So, there are two sides to both, to the coin, right? So I'm glad that Angie is reassuring us and reassuring her husband that she trusts him. It's them against the world, and Electra as well. So, if that's a true statement and he's not what those rumors are saying, kudos to that. I hope the rumors are not true for a couple of reasons. One, like he said, he does not want it to live on the internet that, never mind that he would be playing for the other team, but that he has an infidelity. They are in a church invested city. So yeah, that's more than anything makes me believe him, because that's the take he went with it. So I was like, okay. Now when it comes to Justin and Whitney and the ring thing, the fact that he had it in his drawer and didn't tell her why she didn't know from jump is what I'm questioning in that.
Because if it was just too small, like why does that need to be a secret? Like,
right. So Trip my husband is wearing his ring around his neck and has been wearing his ring around his neck since I bought it.
Mine wears rubber ones and like all the time. I haven't seen him wear his actual ring, and I don't know how long at this point.
And I love that. So I don't remember what happened to my husband's other ring. I'm not sure. I feel like he took it off, and I don't know. I feel like my daughter had it and it got misplaced because she will like wear our jewelry as well. And so I replaced his ring, but I replaced it without him there. So his ring fit my thumb finger when I would put it on. So I got the ring to fit my thumb finger, but either it was still the type of ring it was. Maybe it was a thicker band when I bought the first ring, and this band was not as thick. I don't know what it was, but it didn't fit him. He said I got to go get it resized. So he put it on his necklace, told me when it happened, all that stuff. So I still don't like that he hasn't resized it. I ain't gonna lie about that. I don't particularly like that it's around his neck, but I'm also secure in my marriage to know that, that I know why it's around his neck. And
because
like I said, Whitney didn't know from jumping. I think that's why.
At the end of the day, if somebody wants to do something, they're going to do it whether there's the ring on the finger or not. So
right. So yeah, so those things is like that's minute, and I'm glad Whitney, straightened it up for us because it was sounding like kind of weird to us, and yeah, it was just sounding kind of weird. I was like, let's not start that, please. I don't need to see no more divorces, separation, especially with people that have been married. What they say, 13 years. Like, yeah, I ain't trying to hear that.
I understand.
So not being worn. That's all I'm saying.
Huh?
Not over no ring not being worn. No.
If that's what it comes down to, then y'all was already going to be getting divorced anyway. Because
yes.
I had forgot to say that as it pertains to Monica being mean to Angie and that whole thing, Angie says that the difference in her eyes is that Monica claimed to be her friend. That's the difference. Whereas when she was coming at Meredith earlier this season, they weren't considered. They wouldn't have been considered friends at that point. So loves, there's no level, there's no standard, I guess is what she was saying. Which I understand that. I'm gonna obviously regard or take something more to heart if it's coming from somebody who I considered a friend versus if we're not friends like that, then there's no holds barred. Like that probably makes me sound so mean.
Hey y'all, she a Gemini, she can't help it.
I really can't. So Meredith and Andy impersonating Meredith, first of all, was sending me that entire time.
Oh my
gosh. Meredith's playing semantics, in my opinion. I think I was saying that in regards to what exactly? Hi, hello, dear. Yeah, I think that Meredith was kind of playing a little bit of semantics. I do feel like whether it have been a rumor supposedly that she had heard about the marriage or let it be a rumor about just her husband, like either way, she should have known that wasn't going to go over well, and that people can imply different things regardless. It has something to do with something that it shouldn't be happening. So I hope that's the last time we hear about that as well. Meredith denies trying to orchestrate anyone into saying the rumor on camera. Do you feel like Meredith was trying to get somebody else to say something about the rumor? Maybe, obviously, probably Monica. Do you feel like she was playing dumb on purpose to get someone else to say it?
Meredith is smart. Hey, brother. Meredith is smart. So I wouldn't put it past her. I'll say that. I can't say that she did or not. She says she didn't. Okay. Do I put it past her? No. Like, no. I know Meredith. Not know her, but know her from the show. So no, I think she could do that. I do think being on the show and knowing that Monica is a rookie to this, yeah, she's that's low hanging fruit. If the shoe fits where
too easy.
Like really it is. So
we see that on Married to Medicine right now with Toya and freaking Sweet Tea. Like,
let's go. Come on now. And then on top of that, it was good for the goose is good for the gander. It's you can't come in here on ill will and not think that something is not gonna falter because you think you got it planned out so well. Like, no. It doesn't always fall like that. That's why you need to be true to yourself and not come on any show with alternative motives or any of that because it's gonna blow up in your face. It just does.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Mm-hmm. This is at the point that Angie had said something along the lines of that she's a pillar in the community and in Salt Lake City. Monica, of course, needed to like scoff and laugh and try to be funny. Meredith said earlier on in the reunion when she first came out, or she had said something about her purse being so full of receipts or whatever, or information. And we kind of got a glimpse into what exactly what was in her purse, because in response to what Angie was saying at this point is when Meredith said that Angie said all types of stuff, to include her calling her a trampoline with eyes. You laugh because I know I did.
Did you just hear me laugh?
Yes. Sorry, oh God, some in my eye. Sorry, Meredith. It was funny. It was really funny to me. And I think actually, if my husband's still in here, I think he was watching, or he heard them say that too, and he even laughed at that, and he don't even watch the show. It was funny. I'm sorry. Andy asks Angie about her comment on Meredith spreading her legs outside of her marriage. You guys remember that? That was the response that Angie gave to Meredith after she felt as though she was coming for her marriage and all that stuff. That's what Angie said. And Angie, she owns up to it. And I wish we could have more of that, more of this is what happened. This is why I responded the way I did. And it is what it is. Angie said she only said that because that was something that she had heard around, rumors. And it was along the lines of her being Meredith and Seth stepping out on each other and, getting with other people or whatever. And she did apologize. She apologized for that. I had no qualms about that. And again, y'all, it's just how I see it at this point. Meredith said things, the way everything was orchestrated was made to be Meredith saying what she said first or whatever, the lies and the rumors, like whatever, that whole thing.
Meredith, no, it's the nastiness and the rumors.
It was like, she said that. So of course I'm going to respond and say something crazy back. Like, of course. So yeah, I think that's what Angie was doing. And I don't even care about that. That wasn't like some crazy, like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Like, we need to go investigate this. I don't feel like I need to, because Meredith and Seth have spoken about their marriage before and stuff, and the state of their marriage at a certain point in time while they're filming the show.
Hanging on by a thread, or what is it called?
Yeah. Their podcast, like, they're pretty transparent about those types of things. So I feel like it literally happened exactly how Angie said it. It was something to say in the moment because you pissed me off. Yeah. Makes perfect sense to me. What else? I got like 2 more lines. Meredith, regardless though, she did find it to be a poopy thing to do. Okay, I mean, you're entitled to how you feel. Do you think Whitney used Monica to bring up the rumor on camera? I don't know why I wrote that, but that was a question I wrote.
What was the question again?
I think Whitney used Monica to bring up that rumor on camera. I think.
Oh, like, okay. Well, not by the response that we got from Whitney, because Whitney said, like, no, we need to tell her right now. You know what I'm saying? So, not with the response that Whitney gave her. I don't think that she was like, "Ooh, this is an opportunity to use Monica. Oh, let's go tell her, and this will make Monica's scene bigger and better." I really do think that Whitney was coming from a place like, yeah, this is bad. We need to tell her as soon as possible, because when we hold on to stuff, when people bring up shit like that, we hold on to it, it blow up in our face. So let's be transparent and go do it. I do not like Angie K. She seems like a snitch, but she was little in school. Hey, but she was Ray. She also was a little liar. She was a little liar when she was in school, because clearly she told Heather that she had naturally curly hair, honey, when she clearly had a perm, white girl style. Okay, that is the biggest thing. Hey, Candor. I'm not gonna say.
I'm neutral on Heather right now.
I'm neutral on Heather right now too. But when people bring up stuff like that, and I start looking at her from the side eye, because I told you she was one of my favorites, that's when I'm like,
yeah, no, I definitely can see why that is being said and stuff.
Me too.
I'm just so, as Angie would say, how she was focused on Meredith. I'm just so focused on somebody else on this cast right now that I don't even, everything else is secondary right now and tertiary for me. They all knew about Monica, included to save the show. The only reason why I can see maybe some truth to that is because Heather still got her doing her hair. And I get it. Sometimes it's hard, man. It's hard to give up your people when we find our hair person, our nail person, our brow person. When we find our people, like, we are sticking with them. We really are. So I get it. But no, there's just certain things that there's no coming back from, in my opinion. And someone being a part of this whole thing, no, I couldn't. Let me actually put that back up there. I couldn't just have her still doing my hair when I knew she played a part in some part of this whole thing happening.
Would you give her a little grace because she was forthcoming?
No,
I wouldn't either. I'll just ask her.
No, it makes my job easier. Like, that makes my job easier, thank God. Like, but no, that's the damage is still surpasses anything else for me.
All right, Salt Lake City. I'm gonna have to come move out there because I can come do y'all hair too, honey buns.
No shade to slide in her DMs.
No shade to Tanisha.
Slide in her DMs right now.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. It was open last season. I started seeing some different. Here's the thing, Kendor. Here's the thing. My eyes was open when she wouldn't tell us who black in that eye. While we talking about eye openings. Hello. I was like, really? Whoa. Okay. So then I'm trying to, me, myself, and I was trying to take up for her, like, oh, she might have hit herself. I didn't see the bruise on her arm though, but I was like,
so why not? Sorry.
No, but I'm just saying. For me, I'm just like, nobody would. Why would you be protecting anybody? If somebody hit you, y'all was fighting. Because ain't nobody blacking in my eye like that. Ain't nobody about to black my eye like that, and they ain't walking around with one too.
So then why wouldn't Monica say all that then in her defense? None of this is that. That's why I'm also looking at her still weird then too, because if that was the case, if Tanisha lied and Heather knew about it, or if all of this is true, then why isn't Monica saying actually no? And I think we're just going to get more into that. Maybe this is only part one, y'all. So we're just speculating at this point. Yes, the burn book. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Janet.
Hey, Janet. Yes, thank you. We'll maybe get into some of this next week, and maybe I won't be neutral on Candace in part two. Candace, I said Candace. Why did I
said Candace?
I don't know why I said.
Girl, I looked up at the screen so quick, like, wait, what?
Sorry on it. Oops, sorry.
That's because y'all better go check out BarbMeetsWorld. She didn't put out content today. She didn't put out Meredith Medicine. She put out Housewives of Potomac. Y'all better go catch up. Y'all better go get go get a bar real quick. Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying.
That's why she said Candace.
maybe. Thank you, Candace. Shout out to Candace. Yeah. I just, it's just too many. We're running into dead ends here. It's not making sense. Heather, yeah, I might feel differently about you next week once we turn things over to you, because we haven't talked about you yet. Because there's no. In the end of this, and I think I said it on our video for the finale, that although the spotlight was pointed at Monica, I did still have a slight bit of a side eye for Heather, because just because she was able to get all this stuff revealed about Monica and stuff, it doesn't negate the fact that you technically look like a liar still. Like, you look like a liar because you lied all season about who blacked your eye and all that whole thing, and played dumb, and were protecting somebody literally up until the prison doors closed, the bars, literally. you were going hard for Jen until then, and I get it. Like you're a good friend to somebody, like that's a reflection of them and not you. I get all of that, y'all. But again, Heather did kind of she kind of was looking a little weird there in a lot of these ways.
I definitely agree with you. That's why I agree with Candor. But Candor said, I was signed last season.
If she really was serious, and that's how you know what? Oh, I'm glad that was just said, because sorry, but I just had
go ahead.
I'm glad this was said, because this goes back to the reason why I know Monica really just wanted to be on this show and was willing to work for free, because if she was smart right now, she would freaking put out this burn book and really capitalize and get to the bag, like I said last time. Like, she keeps missing these opportunities because she already got the opportunity that she wanted above all else, which was to be on the show, y'all.
Hello, here's the thing. Blessings don't come to people that ain't deserving.
That's all we're trying to say.
Like, so it's like, so, you know, the reason why she's not smart enough to go to publish the book, it probably ain't got that much in it to be on the show. Oh yeah, Potomac it's Potankin. It's Potankin.
I there is a certain demographic that, you know, really is still going, and I'm holding in strong for that percentage of viewers, but a lot of people have given up on it because it's not as enjoyable to watch, at least for me, as much as it is like Salt Lake City to say, because they at least show up and it's not so much division over here, and division to that degree that it is in Potomac is just not.
Yeah, I agree with all of that, and the fact that not to switch over, y'all, but it's still a Housewife franchise. When somebody anybody in my life, tells me they don't care, I don't care, you know, anything like that, and you're a main character, real person, Robin Dixon, on the show, and how dare you sit there in your tagline tell us you don't give up, you know, like I don't care. So
100% do not care.
Okay, so when that happens, you're pulling your audience away from you, because you're letting us know you don't care, and anybody that's surrounding you, which is, you know, Jizzy, even though I can't, but you know what I'm saying, you can't bring that energy, or you need to be off the show. Getting back to our show. I'm just making that observation.
I'm good on rapport. I still want there to be some level of rapport across the cast, amongst the cast, and we don't get that over there. And that's why I'm cool with Monica sliding over here, because I don't care to just see her and Mary be up in Mary's house with the crazy looking walls and stuff. I don't care to see that next season. So she did.
You mean Dr. Seuss house?
Yeah,
Dr. Seuss house. I'm about to go check that out. Shout out to Larger Curve. Yeah. Love her.
I just said that. I mean, hey, I respect everybody's opinion. Giselle Rodney's, yes, and I said that in my Potomac review. Actually,
they got their podcast. Gonna be reasonably shady, so y'all can go get sued and all that stuff. Bye.
Monica defends Whitney by saying she says what she wants to say, and yeah, I totally agree with that. I don't feel as though Monica did anything more or less than she wanted to do. And looking back on how that rumor was spread around and presented and stuff like that, yeah, I definitely see Monica was saying it with her chest now. She really was enunciating all of the words with that, and that's just, I don't know. I understand when Heather says, like, I was kind of looking at her very, very interesting when she would present sensitive like information, sensitive like stuff and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was I was looking at her too, like, yeah, she's saying this with so much conviction. Interesting. Versus like somebody who isn't wanting to maybe exploit somebody or just make a splash or whatever. If you were really somebody's friend and you were trying to say that, you probably would have been more of like, you know, what they said, but like you would have been a little bit more discreet, I feel like. And she was just, yeah, her husband, da 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 da. I just, So we end on Angie saying that Monica was a poop starter. And that dates back to week 1 of filming. And Angie says she deserves to be there. As I said before, she checks all the boxes, whilst you, Monica, park your Range Rover in a carport and spend your kids' money on purses. And that's where we end.
Man, and when we pick up and she don't talk about my freaking kids. Shut up. I can talk about you, your kid, your whoever I want to. Your mom, because your mom on the show, your kids on the show. I do usually say keep your kids out, keep the kids out of it, but she really didn't say nothing about your kids. She was saying you spent money that could have been spent on your children. That's what she said. She didn't say nothing about your kids.
You made that.
Oh, that's funny, Candor. Oh, that's funny. I laughed while Barb was talking, and when I read that, I was like, oh, that's hilarious. Well, you know, Mary's Mary.
I do agree with this, and I think I said this last week that Monica, I won't phrase it exactly like that, but what I will say to that point is she made them she was kind of like a reminder for them, so to speak. She kind of let them know, like, y'all need to keep things 100% right and tight, otherwise somebody's going to infiltrate what y'all got going on if you allow it to happen. Like you guys have to stay 10 toes down and show up to work every season and be on your stuff. Otherwise, there's people out there that want your spot. So I hope this was a learning experience for them.
Yeah, we gonna see. I'm looking forward to part 2, to be honest. It looks just as juicy. I am wondering what's going to happen when Mary comes out and her and Monica get together and that whole little spin. I'm very interested to see that part. I don't know why, but I just want to see their spin, how they gonna spin this. Because I know we all know Mary don't care for none of the ladies, so I'm wondering if anybody's gonna be using Monica, if it's gonna be Mary. If it's gonna be Myrrh. Okay?
I did see a clip. I believe I saw a clip about Mary saying something about how she likes Angie or something like that. So apparently she likes Angie, and maybe she likes Monica and maybe I guess Angie. So maybe if everybody does come back next season, maybe I take back what I said before. Maybe Angie will have a change in her opinion if Mary gets her and Monica talking. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that could be something that we'll see in the future. I don't know.
Well, we shall find out, you guys. Y'all got to join us on Wednesday.
Yes.
To get the tea.
Yes, we appreciated you guys. Thank you for keeping the chat very lively and sharing your guys' thoughts and opinions and everything. Really appreciated you guys all being here on this very, 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 very impromptu live. As my good sis said, check us out on Wednesday for part 2 of the reunion. Make sure again that you have liked the video on both of our channels. Make sure you're sharing us with your folks. Make sure you are
your folks.
all all of those things. Let's keep the conversations going in the comments below. And yeah, I believe that is all we have for you guys. Mary likes Angie K, Meredith, and Monica. Yes.
Oh yeah, she does like Meredith. That's right.
Yeah, how can I forget about that? That was like the only person she was willing to freaking shoot scenes with at the beginning of this season. So yeah, y'all. We appreciate you guys, and we will see you in the next one. You got anything else you want to say?
Nope.
Oh.
You know, my thing is freezing up. So
I'll
see y'all later. We see y'all next week.
Bye, y'all.